Why Hammer Chased Nail into the Wall Forever. Introduction. Long ago, in the great kingdom of Edo, before men knew how to build great palaces and strong homes, the tools of the earth were said to be alive. They spoke, argued, and even quarreled like people. Among these tools were hammer and nail, two close companions whose friendship was both a blessing and a curse. Hammer was strong, loud, and full of pride. His heavy head could knock anything into place. Nail, on the other hand, was small and slender, but without him, Hammer had no purpose. Together, they built huts, shrines, and even the Oba's palace. But as with many friendships, jealousy soon crept in. This is the story of how Hammer, in his anger, chased Nail into the wall and why to this day, Nail never comes out again. The beginning of their friendship. In the bustling villages of Edo, people lived in houses made of mud and thatch. One day, the tools gathered to decide how to help humans build stronger homes. Cutlass said, "I clear the bush." Saw said, "I cut the wood." Rope said, "I tie the rafters." But Hammer stepped forward and boomed. "Without me, no wood shall stand. My strength holds all things together." Nail, shy and quiet, added softly, "But without me, Hammer cannot hold anything at all." The tools laughed. How could a small, thin piece of iron compare to Hammer's strength? But Hammer noticed Nail's words and said, "Let us work together. With your small body and my heavy hand, we shall achieve greatness." And so, the partnership began. Together they built homes and palaces so strong that people sang their praises. The praise that brought pride. As months passed, people in Edo began to chant whenever a house was built. Praise to Hammer, the mighty builder, the one who drives all things into place. Hammer grew proud. His head swelled like a calabash filled with water. Everywhere he went, villagers bowed to him. But no one mentioned Nail. One evening, as the tools gathered in the carpenter's hut, Nail whispered, "Brother Hammer, do you not see? They forget me. They praise only you, but without me, you are useless." Hammer laughed loudly, "Useless? Ha! Do you not see how my strength carries you? Without me, you are just a thin stick of iron, lying idle on the ground." Nail felt the sting of Hammer's words, but he said nothing. Deep inside, a seed of resentment began to grow. The quarrel. One day, the Oba of Benin called for a great hall to be built. The carpenter brought hammer and nail to the site. As the work began, Hammer lifted his head proudly and struck Nail into the wooden beams. Boom! 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 Echoed through the palace grounds. When the hall was finished, the people cheered again, "All hail Hammer, the builder of kings' houses." Nail trembled with anger. That night, while Hammer slept, Nail whispered to Saw and Chisel, "Why does no one see me? Without me, the beams would fall. Without me, Hammer is nothing." The other tools nodded, but none dared to speak against Hammer. The next morning, Nail refused to go into the wood. When Hammer lifted him, he bent sideways and said, "Strike all you want, but I will not go in." Hammer roared in anger. "So you dare to defy me, little Nail? Without me, you are nothing. Today I will teach you your place." The chase. The carpenter lifted Hammer again, but Nail twisted and resisted. Hammer struck harder, louder, faster. Boom! 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 Each strike pushed Nail deeper into the wood. Nail cried out, "Leave me, Hammer. Why do you treat me so harshly? Are we not brothers?" But Hammer, blinded by pride and rage, shouted, "You will learn never to question me. Into the wall you shall go, and there you will remain forever." With every strike, Nail disappeared further, until only his small round head was left, shining faintly against the wood. Hammer tried to chase him still, pounding again and again, until Nail was buried deep inside. The carpenter stepped back and smiled, not knowing of the quarrel. To him, it was perfect work. But in truth, it was the day Hammer drove Nail into the wall forever. The lesson. From that day onward, Nail never came out again. No matter how strong Hammer struck, Nail remained hidden, his body buried inside the wood. The tools gathered and whispered, "See what pride has done. See how anger has ruined friendship." Hammer, though praised by humans, felt a deep emptiness. Every time he struck, he remembered the friend he had driven away. And Nail, though hidden in the wood, remained silent, forever fixed in place. The people of Edo tell this story to remind us that pride and anger destroy even the strongest friendships. Hammer's strength was nothing without Nail, and Nail's purpose was lost without Hammer. Together they built greatness, but apart they caused sorrow. Moral lesson. This story teaches us that 1. Pride destroys relationships. No matter how strong we are, we should not belittle the contributions of others. 2. Every role matters. Just as Nail, though small, was important, so too is every person's contribution in a family, community, or kingdom. 3. Anger blinds us. In a moment of rage, Hammer lost his dearest companion. We must learn patience and humility. And so, even today, whenever you see a nail stuck inside wood, remember the tale from Edo of why Hammer chased Nail into the wall forever.